Hey guys, and welcome back to another one, and I hope you are all okay on that side of the screen as always. Now today we are going to take a look at another external storage solution, which is the Icy Raid from Icy Dock. This is a dual bay hardware RAID capable external storage solution with USB 3.0 connection. Now this can be very useful, especially for those of you that are on the market for a external solution that has 4 RAID modes, but especially to be used in a RAID 0 configuration, so that you can work in big projects like video editing projects and stuff like that in a budget way. So you have 2 drives on your house and you want to make use of those drives on a faster speed, which we will take a look later on the video. So this is a good solution for that. Just have in mind that if you are working with a RAID 0 configuration, it's a very dangerous configuration, so have in mind to have a backup at all times, so that once you make a change on your RAID 0 configuration, you make a change on your backup as well. So if you lose a drive, you will lose all the data, but you have a backup solution. But today we are not going to talk about backups. We are going to take a look at the Icy Raid, and with no further ado, let's go for it. So here we are with the Icy Raid Dual Bay USB 3.0 RAID enclosure from Icy Dock. And regarding our usual quick unboxing experience, once we open the package, we will find a smaller package with a USB 3.0 cable inside and a power adapter. And the Icy Raid enclosure protected by a soft foam and a plastic envelope. And finally, a user guide. And in terms of build quality, it feels solid, as the enclosure is all made of a brushed aluminium. At the front we will find the 2 drive bay doors made of a white plastic with 2 brushed aluminium frames, and the back it's also made of a white metal. So as you can imagine, it feels a robust enclosure. And now taking a closer look at the front, we will find those 2 drive bays, on both sides the Icy Dock logo, at the back 140mm fan with a fan speed controller, 1 RAID switch that will allow us to select between RAID 0, 1 JBOD and Big modes, a USB 3.0 port, reset switch, LED light switch, a power input jack on and off switch, and a Kesington Lock. And finally at the bottom 4 rubber feet to help avoid any hard drive vibration. And to set it up, we can use any 3.5-inch hard drive, and on my particular case I'll be using 2 1TB WD Blue hard drives. And all we have to do is to press the button on the top of the enclosure to open the drive bay door, slide in the drive and push the drive bay door up to close it. And if we want to use a second hard drive, all we need to do is repeat those steps, and that is it. We are now ready to start using it. And in terms of RAID configuration, it's simple. We just need to select which RAID array we want, press the reset button, and that is it. It will build the array for us. Have in mind that this will erase all the data on the drive, so make sure you have a backup. And also to note that building the array was very quick, actually only a matter of a few seconds. Okay, and speed test, which is what all of you guys are waiting for, and the results are: on RAID 1 we get 165 megabytes on writes and 185 megabytes on reads. On JBOD and Big modes, roughly 180 both on writes and on reads, and on RAID 0 we are reaching 240 megabytes on writes and 350 megabytes on reads. And also using RAID 0, I didn't time it, but you can check on the video time code, transferring a 1.1 gigabyte file to the RAID array, and from the RAID array, as you can see on screen, it's pretty quick. And before I received this unit, one of my concerns was speed and the other one was noise, as I always try to keep my office as quiet as possible. And we know that speed and noise not always work together. So what I can say is that we will not hear the fan at all. It has a manual fan control that we can adjust, but the enclosure will ramp up the fans if necessary to cool down the drives, which, by the way, transferring 1 terabyte of data did not make the fans speed up at all. So the only only noise that we will hear are from the drives inside, and this will happen with any enclosure with spinning drives inside. And to note that if we are not using the drives, they will go to sleep automatically, and when we shut down our computer or put it to sleep, so will the drives. And to be able to hear the fan, I had to completely shut down everything in my office, and I could barely hear it, which was just great. The only thing that I would like to see improved through a firmware update, if possible, would be that if the drives go to sleep, so should the fan. But honestly, it's not an issue at all for me. So in conclusion, guys, things that I did like the most were the build quality of the Icy Raid, the overall design, especially when used next to Apple computers, great speeds, actually the same that I can get connecting the same drives directly on my motherboard, and lastly a silent fan. On the other hand, things that I did like the least, I would honestly like to see either a white or black USB 3.0 cable included instead of the default blue cable, but this was an easy fix by getting one at a local store. And that is it, we have reached the end of another review, this time the Icy Raid Dual Bay USB 3.0 External Raid Enclosure by Icy Dock. Hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did so, don't forget that usual thumbs up. My name is Roberto, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.